This is tutorial number 94, and it covers the compass rotate part feature within CATIA V5. To start off, open up the engine step file, which is located on the DVD. Now, what we're going to do in this tutorial is take what we learned in the last one in rotating a single part to rotating an entire assembly. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is we're going to rotate a single component in the assembly, multiple components, and the entire assembly. So again, like what I said in the last tutorial that we need an axis to rotate about, we're going to do exactly that in this tutorial too. So we're going to create an axis through the center here that we're going to rotate the entire assembly around. And again, I can't emphasize exactly how important this is, because if I didn't have an axis there, when you try to throw it in there, you're going to get different results every time. And to be precise and consistent every time, create the axis that you want to rotate about. You can use an edge too, but if you want to rotate through, say, like a circle, get that center circle's axis in there and rotate about that. So to put a center circle, you have to figure out which a center line to rotate about for your axis. You have to figure out which component it is that you're going to use. So in this case, we're going to be using the engine block. So we're going to put a center line axis down the engine block through the circle there. So what you're going to have to do is right click and open it in a new window. Now when you open it in a new window, make sure that you're in the generative shape design. So go to Start, Shape, Generative Shape Design, and we're going to use the tools in here to create that line. So let's click the point, make sure that you have for point type circle, and choose the circle on this side, click OK, and then do the same for the back. So click point, choose circle for point type, and choose a circle at the back, click OK. So now you have your 2 points at either end, and what we're going to do is connect it with a line. So let's click the line, click the point, and click this point here, click OK, and now we've made our axis to rotate about. So again, now we have a precise center line axis to rotate about rather than guessing and throwing it in the area and getting different results every time. So now let's go back to the entire assembly. So now we have our axis line, so let's throw our compass on it. So zoom into it and throw the compass and make sure that it's right on it. You'll know when it's on it when it snaps to that line. And let's double click and go into the properties. So now again, you're able to go through the assembly and you're able to use the hierarchy system and pick which parts, assemblies you want to move. So to start off, let's move just the engine block. So let's double click engine, just highlight the engine block, and we have it rotating around the W axis at 15 degrees. So let's just try it out, see? And you can see how the whole block is rotating 15 degrees every time we click. And again, you can do the same thing if you click on the plane and you can rotate about it too. Now let's do the entire assembly. So highlight everything. And once you have everything highlighted, start rotating everything around. And everything's going to rotate. And again, we can do this to a smaller assembly. So double click the alternator here. And we're still going to use this as our axis point. Open it up and let's just rotate this one guy. And you can see that only he is rotating. And as we select both, we're able to rotate both at the same time. So again, this works by using this axis that we've created. And this is going to create a consistent axis. So every time we go to rotate, it's always going to be the same result and the same rotation that you get. So in these tutorials, I've showed you how to use the compass and how to translate and how to rotate all of your parts and assemblies by using the hierarchy, and how to select it and how to set it up. So again, this is a really good tool. You're going to be using it a lot for sure, no matter what. the more practice you get, the better you'll be at selecting your hierarchies and figuring out what you need to select to get the results you want. So all I can say is practice makes perfect, so you're going to need to practice on it. And that concludes our tutorial on how to use the compass rotate assembly feature within CATIA v5.